Hey, we are in a brand new Hytale world today. This is a creative world. We are in a. Let's shut that up. And yeah, so I created a hub world, which means we've got a couple of options here. So within the same world, we get. I think it's possibly one of these per world gen type, and then we've also got a super flat world. So we're going to start here, I think, and we're going to have a look at potentially what can we exploit in Hytale for fun and profits. So let's have a look. So we've got no clip, and full bright is probably going to be useful. And yeah, so we're going to need some building blocks. What shall we use for our building blocks? Where's the fancy stuff? That's rocks. We need something. Ores. No, where are like the gold blocks? Stuff. Yeah, let's get all blinged out with some gold. Okay, so the first thing that I want to play with is fluids, lava and water. Yeah, so if we if we make a basic thing here, so the first, having been to the lava biomes in the game, and I said so we can generate cobble. Okay, and exactly the same as in Minecraft. If you get it, if the water touches the lava itself, then what do we have here? This is a magma. Okay, a magma cord. We punch a hole down there. Oh, and then we clear out the water. Okay, so that's going to flow down, and then in Minecraft, this gives us a stable cauldron. Okay, so we can generate infinite cobble. I did notice that when we're in the lava biome, the stone we were able to get. Sorry, some of it was actually turning into water, so I think it was the stuff on top. Oh. We just flood that for now. Okay, so lava on top of the water source itself has given us stone, which is sort of what we saw in the wild. Is that just the actual water sources, or is that to do with how it flows? In Minecraft, the lava flowing over the water is what creates the stone. we just flow this over the top of that. That there, and what do we get when it sells? Okay, we've got cobble again. Okay, so that makes some sense. So we have three. Okay, so we have water and we have lava. Oh, and a splash raid. Hey. Me and Splash will be playing some Hytale together about this time tomorrow night. So do hop across and have a look at her content as well. But yeah. So it seems when they float into each other, we get cobble. When the water flows into a lava block, we get the cooled magma, and when the water flows into when the lava flows into water, we get the stone. Okay. If we have a setup like this, yeah, that seems to always regenerate fine. One of my favorite tricks in Minecraft is to stand in the block that's generating. I wonder if we can do that here. Oh. There we go. I want to be survival. Yeah, that's interesting. That actually stopped us from getting out. So if we rejig this slightly, and we put the lava over here. So which of these will turn then? So if we put, okay, you feel that one? Yeah, that's, right. Let's put a so if we put the water source there and we stand right next to this, we come out of creative mode. Okay, that's not, let's change our settings a sec because we want to turn off the auto step up. Let's turn those off just for now. Yeah, there we go. So now we can make sure we can get right up close against this. So can we mine this without worrying? Yes. Okay, if we hold up, oh. No, okay, so that actually set us on fire. So if we stand here and do it, yeah, no, it's gonna escape out the side. Ooh. do we have a block that is strong enough to need a couple of hits? I'm just thinking wood is probably not the smartest option, given that we have just upgraded to a version with fire tick. The volcanic rock is normally the hardest though, right? How many? Is there multiple hits for? No, that's an instant mine for adamantite. Yeah. I mean, we probably don't want to be using adamantite to mine cobble either, right? So, let's have a little look at. Let's have a little look at some of the other picks. I mean, if we're going to get cobble from this, we'll be able to make an infinite number of crude picks. How many hits is a crude pick on a... Okay. That's working, and we're also getting all the items, right? Oh. No, that's right. So we butt up against here. Yes, as long as we have some volcanic around, we can at least go at it with a regular pick. Okay, let's also let's take a brand new pick. And we'll just do a few hits with this one and see how much our pick declines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was enough to actually break the volcanic. Well, we hit it about 7 times. Sorry, we got about 7 items on there, and that took 10 durability off the pick, so okay, that's not a great return on investment for the pick. But we can get infinite cobble. Okay, the next question is how do we... And we could also always go with something a bit like this. We take a half slab, put it there. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think we can put a half slab in here to stop us from actually getting burnt. I guess we just have we just have space out the other side to blocks we don't care about to prevent breaking anything we want. Okay, so we can get cobble. This is like the crudest of cobble gens that you would make in a Minecraft world. So a more advanced cobble gen would be a line of water sources on one side, and then along this side oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. So we don't even need lava the whole way along. Yeah, so in a Minecraft world you would have a setup like this, and then you would mine them out. Okay, that seems to work, but the problem then becomes how do we get the items? So how far will our pickup work? Yeah, it's not. The further we get down, the items don't make it to us. We've got. Oh. And if we clip into the block, then we can also get hurt here as well, I guess. Yeah. Okay. The problem is the items getting stuck further in. So can we, if we put water, yeah. Okay, so there's no so the water physics are a bit weird. Okay, so if we put water at one end of this, we stand in it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're not moved by the current at all, and neither are items. So we can't move items around with water. Okay, I mean that's not ideal, but we can still get some. We can still generate some cobble. So So one thing I've done in Minecraft before is stood in the cobble bin. Okay, so no. So if you're stood in the block, it pushes you out. Okay, no. So even if I'm only partially in the block, it still kicks me out. It won't let me overlap with the block. So I guess that means in terms of cobble gen, we are pretty much limited to this setup here. Let's clean up ourselves. So I think we want to make sure that we're at least stood in some water. If we're stood in water, yeah. It doesn't seem like the Okay, so if we're still in the water, we can keep catching fire, but we're not taking any damage because we're in the water. So that's interesting. Okay, that's one way for us to so we can create cobble by combining those two. The question is, which one of these is... Do these both flow at the same speed? Do water and lava have similar... no, that wasn't what I was after. Actually, I think fluids can flow through trapdoors and things in Hytale, right? So if we take there we go, it's not the simple one. Okay, doesn't want to We put both of those back there. And we go. Yeah, okay, the water flows much faster than the lava. So could we rejig this? First up, if we have we would need to put the water in from some direction. If we have water there. Interesting. Even though there was a slab there, the lava destroyed it. Now, okay, so if we aim, is that any quicker? Let's try with a better pickaxe. So with a okay, so that feels a little bit quicker. Is there a way we can orientate ourselves? Have lava on 3 sides. No. Okay, so that. That didn't work because the water flowed downwards. Rather than across. So I would need to potentially be if I was facing downwards, I'd end up digging a big hole. The irons are falling down there as well. Okay, so if Yeah, the items are falling down and the problem's only going to get worse over time if I'm mining straight down like that. Okay, so I think 2 of these is about the best we can get because otherwise we can't get a sensible angle to mine the stuff out. Okay, well that answers our questions on cobble to some extent. The only question I would have on top of that would be, so we know what happens with water and lava. What happens with other fluids? So we have poison. No interaction. Slime, no interaction. Tar, no interaction. Mud, no interaction. Okay, so it's just it's just the water out of the fluids. What about ice? I guess snow. Have to be moving? No. Okay, so nothing for ice. Blue ice? Nothing. Snow? Nothing. And if we go just to make sure it's not some weird directional thing. If we go that and then the lava. Let's clear out our inventory a little bit. If we put the lava on top. I think that's about as close to a basalt generator as we would get in Minecraft, and nothing. So okay, so there's no, so it's just a very simple cobble, lava and water mechanic they've got for generating those items. What does that give us in terms of, if I remember right, we also have the grinder here, and when we put cobblestone in that, we should get Yeah, we get the stone rubble. And then given the other benches, I believe it was the farming one. But let's also grab the builder's workbench, furnace, and let's grab a workbench itself. So we'll leave this here. This is our this was our what we figured out for cobble. Yeah, and then if we have water at our feet, then we should be safe from being burnt. So, given the rubble, that one's the builder's workbench is of no use to us. Okay, so if we take, let's, oh, we didn't actually put a smelter down. We can't, yeah, there's no smelting on that. What about on the cobble itself? There's no smelting of cobble. The builder's workbench will let us turn this into stone. But that again, I don't think gives us anything useful. Yeah, no smelting of stone. We do have the gravel recipes here. So if we create the mossy one, and then we break that block. Oh. Wait. Okay, so if we punch it, we get the original block back. That is something new I learned, but we don't get. If we smash block, we don't get. There's nothing useful to be gotten from here. I don't think we can. Potentially, we can turn the gravel into different kinds of rubble into different kinds of gravel, but what we get back for... Wait. Does this not break down into... does this not break down into other gravel? Okay, sandy gravel, red sandy gravel. I thought all of the various gravels broke down into their respective. Is this not meant to give me reds? Oh. Yeah, there is stone specific rubble, which I thought you would get from breaking down the other rubbles. Is this because I did it in is this because I spawned these in creative? Let's let's get rid of that stuff and take. Or is it because I used the workbench here? So the gravel allows us to make those. There's nothing else here, right? Now, okay, so it's just the regular gravel, so I think that's probably a bug. Maybe that something broke in the new update, but assuming that it would allow us to create the alternative gravels, I would assume that'd be limestone rubble, sandstone, red sandstone, and white sandstone, and none of, and that doesn't unlock anything for us, right? Other than other than the gravel blocks, we can't. Why do I have two of these? What's the other one? Let's go for builders and And we're also able to get a gravel, mossy gravel, white sand, sandy, what's the other one? Pebbles, wasn't it? Some pebbles and frozen pebbles. And none of these can go into here. Okay, so this is so we can get cobblestone, stone, and the various gravels. Those are the renewable blocks we have so far. Also through that we have access to the bench. So if we upgrade that, we can get the trees. Okay, so that gives us beech, birch, apple, ash, oak, spruce, frozen spruce, redwood, cedar, dry, and palm. Apple, ash, beech, birch, cedar, dry, oak, palm, redwood, spruce. Okay, yeah, none of this. So my concern with the trees is they are a unlimited source of wood. If we one, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5, and okay. So I think I can do. There is a time dilation. And that said, 4 is the max. That should, oh, wow. And this would be an interesting way to try and play the game, right? So let's clear these out for now. So, wow. Everything at 4 times speed. That's that is quite something. So there's the time. Time just try and push the time noon. So I think those have all grown to their max size. Oh wow, look at the size of the redwood. So in terms of wood, the cedar, the redwood, did these grow as big as they could, or did they just did they get to the max height and stop? Okay. They just don't seem. Right, so this is my concern with trees, is that we don't have a renewable way. We don't have renewable dirt, from what I can tell. Unless keep gravel in here? No. Okay, yeah. So I don't think we have a way of getting renewable dirt. And in growing those trees, we have effectively lost all of this dirt. Let's set the time dilation back to back to normal, because that's a bit too zoomy. So we don't want to have to sacrifice dirt every time. Every time we grow a tree, right? Because we can make dirt in here. Can we make that? No, well, we can make grass or something and mine that into dirt, but all of these require, you need soil to create them in the first place. So if we don't have the soil, unless no, I don't think gravel counts as soil, does it? So if we yeah, so gravel does not count. Is it in one of the other benches? Is there a soil recipe? The only other one I can think it would be in would be the workbench. Okay. So, So this one, yeah, there's nothing here. Yeah, so we don't want to use a load of dirt every time. Can we grow trees on it? Can we plant saplings on anything else though? So we are going to have renewable wood. Renewable gravel. Yes. So we're going to have renewable wood. We're going to have renewable gravel, and we're going to have renewable stone. So it's, so, yeah, annoyingly, when I shift click, it doesn't transfer it up into the creative inventory and clear it out of my stone. So we have renewable stone as well. Then this was ash log. So we have ash saplings. Can we plant those? Okay, so we can't plant them in trees. Oh, can plant them in gravel. No, that was meant to be stone. Oops, sorry. And we can't plant them on the stone either. What happens if there is a non? I don't think they can. I don't think I've seen the roots create a hole in stone before. So if we go like that, 1, 2, 3. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 8 rows. Then let's try different depths of let's try and progress the time again now. Okay, so they've all grown to one level. And then they've grown a bit more. Interesting. Those ones fell down. These grew up. It didn't replace any. They haven't replaced any they haven't replaced any of the stone, but they did manage to get down into the floor still. Okay, so if we go, and this one didn't grow at all. Let's try and make a bigger platform. That's all right. We'll start with 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how far off the ground? Do we have to be before we stop losing the grass? Oh, no, it wasn't there. It's this side that still needed some. Okay. I'm guessing those others fell down because they the roots tried to split, and then the gravel wasn't there to support them, so the tree ended up floating somehow. I'm guessing that floatiness then triggered the fact that it wasn't grounded, and then the tree chopping stuff kicked in. So we'll try and fill these in a bit more now. And we'll try and see just how deep can these things actually send the roots. So I've never seen them that deep, but I've never seen one with roots what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep in the wild. But I think at that point it probably hits the stone layers underneath and stops growing. Okay, so now if we put our saplings in on top of the gravel, okay. I feel like that one's growing bigger. So, okay, so and it did manage to grow roots all the way down. Interesting. Whereas these ones, okay, that came that one made it all the way down. So I did make it to the bottom, but I feel like this one did make it. Okay, so we probably need, and these ones didn't grow quite as high, so I feel like we need what? Although maybe they are interfering with each other. They could still be too close together. So let's fill this back in, and then we'll try one at a time just to actually let's clear all of these out one. Just in case the bases are interfering with each other. How is this standing? I thought unsupported gravel destroyed. Maybe it's creative mode perk. If I actually mined one of these out. No. Okay. So we put that there. What does this actually say? It takes 2 days. So yeah, so I think that's a full-grown tree, and yet again it managed to get roots all the way down. Somehow those roots were damaged. Okay, if we come down one level, and then we plant a tree. Okay, so if the roots are not, if the roots can't burrow deep enough, we only get a small tree. Let's try this again just to make sure it wasn't a one-off. Yeah, no, that's yet again giving us a small tree. And then if we get a big one again just by putting this final layer on, back on. Yeah, that's another big one. So we need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need at least 5 different 5 layers deep of something the tree can grow in for it to turn into a big tree. And we can get the gravel from. We can mine cobble, grind that into gravel, into rubble, turn the rubble into gravel, and then we can use the gravel to grow trees. And then we can fill it back in with the gravel from more cobble grinding. So we've got. I think that means renewable wood is kind of is a thing. And we can get the wood without having to destroy all of our dirt supplies, which has been what's kind of held me off trying to grow trees in trying to grow trees for wood in Hytale so far. The idea of burning through all my wood supplies, filling in the holes behind left behind. Does not appeal. So let's try a couple of the other trees just to make sure on some sizes and stuff. I'm going to expand these out by 1 as well. See if we start losing. See if we start losing gravel on the edges. Hopefully, it will keep it all self-contained within. Within here, and we won't. Then we can say that we only need sort of 5 by 5 gap. Okay, so we've tried ash. I think that's all stayed where it's meant to. It's going to be a pain to clear all this up. No. Clear entities. How does that one work? Weird. Alright, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. We have to pick everything up. Okay, then we'll put these across. So our list actually plant fiber, so this is our this is our list of renewable resources so far, and the other was sap. Oh. Okay, so we can get all of these so far renewably through farming, and then if we look at some of the others. Saplings, technically the beech saplings. Oak, wait, no. Is there oak saplings in this? Beech, birch, apple, ash, oak. Yeah, spruce, frozen. Spruce, redwood, cedar, dry, and palm. Cedar, dry, palm, redwood, spruce. Yeah. So we should be able to go two at a time now. So we can put beech, beech and birch in. We will time. Okay. So these have grown. One, two, three. Okay, so these can only go. So these went down. They didn't seem to create as bigger trees as the others are. I guess these are just smaller. Okay, so we can grow those. Let's put the. Oh, thanks for joining this, Splash. Hopefully we can put some of this to use in our Hytale world tomorrow. But have a good night. And we'll see how far we get in terms of abusing things. So oh wow, hang on. Some of these keep growing. So that's oak, so that'll go for was the okay, no, so those are only 2 days. They just didn't get very big. Okay, so this one can tendril out all over the place, but it seems like only 5 down. Much bigger than the others though. So this, well, this replaced a good amount of the underground. This was the, yeah, this was the oak. Okay, so oak trees can get pretty huge. Which, yeah, I think that probably makes them a better source of hardwood than the ash. I think the ash, I don't think the ash is. Though no, I think maybe the ash is grew straighter. And taller, but had similar amounts of wood. This one, yeah, I don't think we'd want to clean up after these if we just, so unless we specifically need oak for something, I don't think we would, I don't think it's worth growing the oak trees. But I do want to see what happens. If we try the oak trees again. But we encase this whole thing in stone. So if I try the oak tree in here, and his roots can't expand sideways because of stone, will it stunt the growth of the tree, like not having enough space below seem to? So put that there. Yeah, so that's not getting into the giant, ridiculous oak tree. It's only growing into a slightly smaller one, but still not insignificant. What if we try it in the... We'll we try enclosing this one in? I'm already slightly upset that I've spent so much plant fiber on turning dirt into grass lately, and just seeing the grass spread in this latest update makes all of that a bit wasted. Okay, so if we put a sapling back in the middle of those, we'll give it a go. 2 of them. Okay, so because the roots can't expand out like that, the tree seems to be stunted. So whatever we do for the like delimiting tree pens or whatever, I guess it'll have to be surface level and just using one of the other gravels. So we could, if we do have a tree farm, we could mark the edges of each sort of tree pen. Here's a thought. This has been stunted in growth now, right? So if I clear the stuff away, yeah. Okay, so once it's hit its maximum size, it sort of stops growing regardless of how much time then passes. I think it's safe to assume the rest of the trees will work the same. I am curious though about the apple trees, because the one that I grew in the survival world, that was capped out pretty short, but I'm wondering if that was a product of its location or the tree itself. Yeah, so that, okay, so these don't get any bigger than that. I was also clearing this out. Okay, so we figured out we have figured out the how to handle infinite wood. and gravel and stone. It's unfortunate we can't get our hands on some of the more interesting woods. As I feel like it would be what's going on here? This is not falling as I would have expected it to. You only have to punch some gravel in the survival world normally, and it starts to fall. I'm guessing again this is a case of natural spawning versus creative. Maybe it turns off some of the gravity and stuff. Okay, so given what we have, the only other renewable items I think we have so we can make ivy. What about moss? So those are decorative pieces. So yeah, the moss is I'm not sure if we have access to renewable moss, which is fortunate because they make some pretty interesting blocks. I like the moss, the hanging moss, and the mossy cobble and stuff. There's not a bench. We want the builder's one. Where? Sorry. Builder's workbench. Yeah, there's nothing in here, and it'd probably be moss or plant fibers. That just makes rope. So there's no way to... Yeah, there's no way to sort of mossify a stone. Unfortunately, so we can't recreate any of these blocks. From what I can see. Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll leave a tree here just so that we remember. How many nights for these ones? These for 2 days. Okay, so that's grown to its full size. Yeah, so this is sort of our reminder that how trees can grow. And yeah, okay. So the other thing I wanted to test is. Oh. So if we. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if we have a hoed field, so we create farmland. And then, I don't know. If we decide that this is going to be corn. So what I want to look at is there a way we can get away without having to water this, but still getting the hydration bonus? So if we go back to the fluids and we take the water. Water, please. 2, 3, 4. So if we take our center one, and we put water in there, does that hydrate? Does that hydrate the dirt? No, so those are not. So these are not hydrating. The same as. Sorry, the same as if we had water. What about these ones themselves? Yeah, no, even the ones next to the soil. Seem to get hydrated by it. So I think the wind the watering can is like maybe the only way to hydrate things. Maybe the corns are actually probably a bit too big and hard to see around. We could probably do a smaller, a crop with a smaller model. So let's try carrots. I think the carrots don't ever get too big, right? So if we plant all those, also I want to see, does light make a difference? So time dilation 4. So if we speed time up, I wish we could go beyond 4. It'd be interesting to see if, I'm curious if the light level affects things. So I'm guessing it won't do during the day, but maybe at night. And also, if the proximity to the water, so if these grow quicker than, say, these ones, we will know that this is important. Do we get any extra info when we look at these? There's no info about like its block state or anything. Can we get that from anywhere in here? No. Okay, so there's so yeah, this is oh, it's taking a little while, but not. Is there time? Okay, so there's seem to wait to push time forward. Just want to check that. Ah, okay. Time was paused. That's that was not going to help us here. So now time is passing. So there's no way to. Okay. Ah, okay. So they all progress at exactly the same time there. Hang on. But, okay, but at night, these ones have done better. The water doesn't seem to be making any effect though. Move forward again. So let's pause time again actually, because then we can ensure that all of these are roughly at the same time as each other. Okay, so if we wet this one here, we've also established that that there is 0 point in having the water there. How far does the water flow in Hytale? So that's our water block. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I do it somewhere here. Okay. Okay, so if we make the, if we actually soak the crops, and then we unpause the time again. Let's go to midnight first. Okay, so these all. Okay, so those are wet, but they're not. It's not treated as hydrated, even though they're underwater. But the light level definitely matters. How spread out do the torches? Oh. Sorry, time dilation 1. How spread out do we need the torches to be to get everything? So it looks like the water makes no difference to the crops. I've seen people say otherwise, but I'm guessing that is like some AI hallucination nonsense, or that people are regurgitating, or it's just like feeling or something. The light definitely does make a difference though. So we go to noon. Pause. And then we pick all this back up. Oh. Hi Story, welcome in. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit late noticing there. But yeah, we're trying to break Hytale and figure out what we can do around with mechanics to get to abuse things and be a bit more lazy in our playthrough. So. And maybe not deplete the world of resources. So far we have looked at cobble generation. So that pretty much works similar to Minecraft. You need the lava and the water, and where they meet, cobblestone forms. Figured out we can actually grind the cobblestone down into rubble, turn the rubble into gravel, and we can grow trees on that. Which means we don't have to deplete the world of dirt in order to farm trees. And I was hoping I could find some hacks on the crop growth, but we've worked out that proximity to water doesn't seem to matter at all. The only thing that seems to make an actual difference is whether or not you watered it with a watering can, or if you have torches nearby. But yeah, okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I had torches in the wrong spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we get the center one is the question. No, we didn't. Okay. So I suspect when we post is what we want, isn't it? Or beam, that's on. So cobble beam. So now I think the mission is to figure out the optimal layout for torches if we want to be able to get everything. I think in a real world these would end up being one up because we probably want to put a wall or a fence around. Things. Can we get away without putting one on the edges though? So if we can just do the corners, then we can have like a wall and we can have like our entrances into things in the middle. For the aesthetics. Okay, so let's set the time to noon. Let's pause the time again. Let's grab all of these. And I think we'll set it to dusk, I think, after this, and then we'll see if there's a difference between how fast things grow, depending on how close they are to a torch. Okay. So I can go. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So some of these did not mature as much. Okay, I'm guessing this is giving off some light here, which is interfering with stuff. Oh no, wait, I didn't get the center. Right here, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So it should have been here. And like a numpty, I put it in the wrong spot. So let's put the... Let's go dawn. Okay, now time is still paused. Okay, let's hopefully this is all spaced correctly now, and we can test. If this is enough light to keep to accelerate our growth. So now if we accelerate the time to dusk. Okay. Interesting. That is not enough to catch everything. If that is the case, if we are we better off with smaller fields? So if we could, okay, so there we. So if we accelerate dusk now, see, it's still not enough to cover everything. So, so our field. Oh. So our optimal field size, our optimal field is going to have like that. Maybe the torch being higher up isn't helping us here, so if we clear all this out. I want to check if this is consistent with the torch. If the torch is low down, is this going to work better? So let's take carrots again. Oh. And actually, if we fill in the wider diamond around here as well, we should see that it doesn't get the out ones, just as a little control. Okay, so if we accelerate the time to dusk, Oh. Dawn. Okay, so yes, those have all gone a similar rate. Ones around the edge have taken longer. So it's dawn, then to noon. Okay, by noon everything had grown. But we okay, so the height of the torch was a factor there. So we want the torches on the floor. And we want to tile this pattern. So so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. So then the optimal, we would get some overlap, but I guess we were better off going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1. No, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we put another one in there. So I guess something like this. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Okay, so I guess this is optimum. No. 4. Yeah, so I guess this is we end up with a shape more like this for squeezing the water in. Yeah, so we want to fill And once all of this is filled in, we can get we can do one final test and then sorry, and we need the torches. So now if we jump to dusk, yeah, everything's advanced at the same. Oh, except for those. Why are these ones slower? Oh, and interestingly, this corner as well. Maybe there is something to the by midnight. Okay. Let's get to dawn again. Let's harvest these. Maybe it was to do with the fact that I'd planted them. But there was definitely some difference there in how some of the others grew. So maybe the water is making a difference. It just wasn't obvious before. Well, there could be some randomness, but it's just the fact that it was localized in patches feels like maybe I am missing something. Huh? Wait. How did those... had they not grown? Because these should not be able to update because the time is frozen. Let's grab all of this. Okay. So, what time are we at the moment? Midnight. So come dawn. Okay, noon. all grown consistently. Okay, it must have just been something to do with how I planted them. But it doesn't look like the... doesn't look like the water makes much difference. The reason we have the water there though is because one of the things that does make a difference is the watering can. And having... if we're going to have to skip the block for a light source, then we might as well put water there and make it easier to fill the watering can back up. Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 apart that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So the next one would be. So if we were carrying this pattern on, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 9. 9 gaps between. Yeah, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then one there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we just repeat the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no, the one over because I keep making that same mistake. Yeah, so it'd be sort of a rough, almost diagonal, but not quite. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. And we just expand the pattern like that, and that'll give us the. I think that gives us the optimal growing. Okay, so. So we figured out trees, gravel, stone, cobble. Now for, if we head back into, into here, we can then, let's go have a look at the world itself and see if we can find what we can do around farming. Farming some other resources. What is portal to the tiger? We don't want to. Okay, that's the default one. Let's head through into a default world and keep all of our settings. Okay. So if we head outside, actually no, one of the things I noticed is there was, do we have lava caves underneath here? Yes. Oh, hang on. Ah, so okay, these must be the spawn points. Because some mobs spawn in exactly the same place each time. Others spawn in different spots. Do we have one of those big, chunky golem dudes down here? So this, in the survival world, we have a little arena where... Ah, here we go. Yeah, so we have fire steel golem. Alright, what I'm curious of is if we put in spikes, so if I was just here, okay. So that got us an iron. So how long does it take for this guy to respawn? Noon. Dusk. Midnight. Dawn. Oh, what happened there? Okay, no, that's okay. That's one of those horrible toads. We don't want that. Dusk. Okay, so he's still not come back. Dawn. Okay, is that a proximity thing? I come out of... Okay, okay, so I was too close. But... Oh. Okay, that upset these dudes. But he is consistently dropping iron and essence of fire. Okay. So that is interesting. So is it just proximity? No. Okay, so there has to be a cooldown somewhere. So if we go to Dawn, dusk the next day. Okay, so it has to be over a day. And he pops back up. So how close? So we go from midnight to noon, back to midnight, then to dusk again. Okay, so I have to be this far away. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 blocks in total. What happens if we fence? What if we fence our dude in as well? Let's assume he can't fit through that hole. So that's dawn, then to noon. No. Were we too close? Have we broken the spawning by putting the blocks there? Wait, where's the... Oh, where's the, where's the little spawner thing like this gone? I think we broke the spawner. Alright, is there another of those guys around? Ah, okay, cool. One here. So we would have to get that under where he lives. And be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Was it? Just in case we do go into survival, I want to make sure that we're a bit safe from... Hang on. So noon, then dawn. Our guy's back. Dies. How close can we get before he moves? Attack. Moves to engages. Okay, so he doesn't move to engages until we're quite close. Get off. Get out of it. Comes into place. Walk over this, but okay. Seriously, dude, get off. So if we go midnight again, then to dawn. No, sorry, then to dusk. How close can we get before this guy gets? Oh no, he's we're in creative, aren't we? So he's not going to get mad at us. So we're at dusk. Midnight to noon. Okay. Oh, okay. So we can get fairly close, but not all the way. When he returns to his spot, he is he doesn't return to the exact spot. Let's get a sword of some description. Mithril battle axe, that should. I think he's consistently dropping the iron, which means it's not the most quick form of iron, and I think if we block the spawner, potentially we lose it, but we can trap them. And that gives us iron. Okay, that's good. Okay, and we got the same for... Oh, okay. We've got the same for all of these structures. The mobs spawn consistently. So if we trap... If we were to trap the spawn locations for them, we could consistently get their drops. What is this one? Oh. Yeah. So this has rabbit. If I If I move away from that and go... Do we get rabbits respawning here? Okay. Was I too close? Why? Is it because one of these is the mobs and we didn't actually get it? So okay, so they have respawned. Now that they're stuck in there, can they actually get out? Get away from me. Okay. So, okay, so the villagers, if they have a pen like that, potentially a yeah, it looks like it's on similar once per day ish spawn that the others on. Okay, so that's a potentially a light hide farm. Renewable light hide just from that. What is this village? This is a okay. This is not like the one I saw in the survival world. This one's a much smaller one. Oh, okay, interesting. So the NPCs respawn. Let's, for the sake of science, let's so I've never actually upset these guys before, but so he has apple pie, Caesar salad, pumpkin pie, spice, salt, dough, fruit skewer, berry bush, and wild mushrooms. Okay. Oh, okay, interesting. They don't even seem to fight back. And where's the little guy gone? Ah. Okay. So if we go away and we cycle the timer again, they come back. Okay. That shelf was here somewhere. Do they drop anything? Hello, dude. No. Okay, so I'm not getting any useful drops out of these guys. Yeah, they come back. Does that cyclist trade so? Yes, it does. Okay, so if they don't have the trades we want, in theory we can rotate the dude until he does. That's a little bit grim, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, well, what else do we have on the map here? Let's spawn. Okay. So this guy, I figured out even in the survival world that we can trap his spawn. So it's consistent each time. And then yeah, so then every day or so we can get emeralds and cobble that way. Have they fixed the water? The water in here yet? No. Okay, that's good. Because we worked out that we can grab the water from here and then it will respawn when we come back in. Oh, can't fly for a ball. Interesting. Yeah, then if we come over here and look again. The water is back, so cool. So we can still get infinite water from the temple. Is there anything else we can exploit? I feel like if we can find a spawner for these guys, so I think these guys from memory drop thorium. Oh no, oh, not those guys. Okay. Do we have a brawler? He is a... Is he the same? Yes. Okay, maybe this is not the structure we need. Do you need one like that though? Because I think one of them keeps summoning wolves. So I'm curious if we can get him in a box. Can we just keep killing the wolves for fun and profit? That was the this was the this is where we were just now. It's over here. This is a mine shaft. I think there was more than that, right? What is this one? This is the work in progress dungeon thing, right? Yes. Can we find another one of those? No, that is another mine. No, that one is skeletons. We need something like... No, that's just terrain. That's skeleton. No, that's also mine. Oh, hang on. Okay, yes, these are the guys. Okay, so it's not him. It's not him either. Okay, let's get rid of these warrior dudes. They're in the way. No, don't die, dude. I think, yes, staff dude. Okay, stop with the death. Yeah, so he summons the pops. But if you kill the pops, he summons small straight away. So if we... I don't think he summons anything, he just attacks. So no. Let's get some gold. Some gold blocks. Okay, so what we... One, two, three. Let's enclose this guy in a bit. And his spawn. Okay, so he's gone for a walk now. Okay, if we kill him, we head away and we recycle the day. Okay, so we've got this dude back now. Got all these other ones back as well, unfortunately. We could just trap their spawns like we did the... Like we did the, like we did the golem. How far do we have to clear out? That's that 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for here. One, two, three. Let's start with a distance of 3 cleared out. So 3 down. Try and make sure. One, two, three. We just want to make sure that it's a pit around this dude. If I come up higher, so I want him to be able to aggro on me. Come out of. So he spawns and pops that way. Okay, so the pop managed to find a way around that one. I feel like I need him in a more... So if he's in... He's in a box there. Okay, so if I move away, we cycle the day and night again. Oh no, damn it, we destroyed our spawner. Okay, so it has to be bigger than that. Okay, that's unfortunate. Can we find any other... what is this one? I don't know. I don't think the Outlanders have magic dudes. These are all axe folk. Why did they just attack each other? I'm not seeing any magic dudes. What about this big structure over here? Marauder, that doesn't sound particularly... Berserker. Yeah, none of these sound particularly... Stalker? Possibly, I think that sounds more like a ranged... Okay, so I don't think any of those. Oh. More Quebec folk. Do these guys have a pen? Do they have a little fenced in area? They don't appear to. Okay, so not all of the settlements spawn with a spawner? Or an animal spawner? Okay, that's unfortunate, but I guess not the worst. That is a pathing node, okay. Yes, this is, oh, where's this? Okay. We have Witch Doctor here. He always spawns right outside the entrance here. Oh, this one doesn't have the chief, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the door. One, two, three. The problem I had before was he spawned, but then he was spawning the dogs in here. Which is not helpful for us, because then we can't farm them. So what if instead of there we can we bring him up into a we bring him up into a space and then confine him here somehow. Because this way, the only way he would have. Hey, Captain Crumbs, welcome in. So far I've figured out how to make the crops grow faster, unlimited trees and unlimited stone and cobble. But we're still missing some stuff. Also we can potentially auto mine iron, it'll just be slow as hell. And we can also mine the gems, like the emeralds and the rubies and such from the golems. So I need to take this guy out. Move away. Cycle time. So this guy's now stuck in here. I think he can really do is walk up to here. Okay. We give him a platform. So I think a space like this. And then a door. So why me? Okay, that was not the thing. We did learn is we can run and jump over here. So when you summon the dogs, one of them ended up there. Okay. Let's take that out. I'll grab the axe. Dispose of the puppy. And dispose of this one as well. Okay. And then we want the spikes again. We want to put I'm sorry. Yeah, while you're away, I was saying we've so far I have figured out how to mine trees instantly, farm trees instantly without using up all the dirt in the world. We've got basic cobble. I figured out the optimal way to grow the plants, how to farm iron from fire golems, and now I'm trying to get this guy to spawn wolves for see what we can get from them from here. Do you spawn? How close do I have to get? Come on. I mean, you can see me. Unfortunately, you're throwing rocks at me. That's not what we want. We want the... Where are the dogs? So you're not spawning them anymore. I can't seem to get him to spawn. Wait. Okay, so here I am. this, we actually just need the spikes. We need the spikes there. Okay, so they're not dropping anything though. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay. So I don't think we can exploit the... I don't think we can exploit the wolves for profit. And there was another one of these nearby there. Yes. Okay. So what we're better off doing is crumbs. This is how spawning works. So when you've got the structures, they have these invisible spawners. And then daily the mobs will respawn on them. So I think if you trap, like if you figure out where they spawn and like put down a few spikes around each, yeah, so it'll take a few attempts to figure out where all the spawn points are and get the spikes in the right way get the spikes in the right place in a survival world, but it's not it shouldn't be impossible. Right. Yeah, and then if I kill these guys and then roll it around a day, so this is what I did with the golems, and it seemed to work quite well. So okay, we've got everyone in there dead now. Ah, no, this guy here. Yeah, so because we can predict where they're going to spawn, we can booby trap all of their spawn points. I think I've got all of them now. So yeah, I can envision this taking at least like 4 or 5 visits in survival. If we move away now and we roll the day round. So yeah, so it takes just over a day for everything to respawn, but then they all respawn in place and then they don't move. Right. So then you can just come in and right, I'll have some of that. I'll have some of that. Some of that. Some of that. But yeah, basically, the way I booby trap the golem spawn in survival, in the survival world, we can do that to all of the structures, to all of the structures, all of the and all of the mobs in them. And then it's just a case of when we get close, we'd have to run in and find the loot. Yeah, and then this one I think is an Outlander one. So it's the same, we just have to get find the right spots for the spikes. So we'd have to come in, kill them, mark the spawns, back off, come back, rinse and repeat until we got, basically until we get in and everything is dead. But I guess each time you're going to come back and things are going to be slightly more dead. So yeah, it's a bit like a Valheim tar farm. Just booby trap where the tars spawn. So and then come in and grab the goodies. Did we get all of the spawns? I think so. So we take, you guys go away. And these two are surface spawns, so they're different, but let's go into survival. Yeah, even in survival, it's spawners are activating. As long as you don't rush in, everything is dead by the time you get here. Or actually, doing one of these, the shadowy scraps are really useful. So if we can do this to an Outlander one in survival, that will give us a good amount of stuff for there's no loot here. Where did that guy get to? Okay, yeah, another thing in there. Yeah, if we could get something like this set up in one, because we did find one of these structures time before last. So if we could get something like this set up, we could just go back there and recoup the shadow weave cloth. And I believe that is needed for it's in the armorer's workbench and builder's workbench. No. Blacksmith was the other one, wasn't it? Blacksmith's anvil. Oh yeah, so all of the cobalt stuff needs the shadow weave. Yeah, I mean, once automation is in there, that's even better. But even now, though, right? I think you could automate this to some extent. So if you have oh, um, yeah, so if you had a cart that ran like this. Yeah, because I think we want to try and hit as many of the sides as possible. Okay, so if we come out far enough here, that should be far enough for things to respawn. Okay. Oh yeah, check. Okay, yeah, check out the zoomies when you up the tick speed. Yeah, but you could do something like this. Let's see if that works in survival though. Oh. If I spawned, if I was here while they spawned. Okay. So you need some sort of, you need a bit more work, but you could, in theory, just loop around on a minecart and pick everything up. So there is, in theory, there's already some possibility of automation there. You just have to protect yourself a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, the zoomies are, I think the zoomies are, the zoomies in this are interesting. Could you imagine just playing the game at this speed? Let's put the times. Oh. Set it back to 1. Yeah, I'm not sure I could do 4. What about 2 though? Yeah, that's what was killing all the void things out here? I mean, it's I think it's possibly playable at 2 survival. I have cheated a bit. I'm giving myself some mithril armor, but it's almost playable at 2. Yeah, I feel like 1 would be crazy though. Okay. Yeah, where was spawn on this map? I think it was over this way, wasn't it? I don't know, can you even have spleef in, does spleef even work in? This? I guess it does. You just need some, you could just have a load of spikes underneath and I guess need something that mines easy. Where did I leave the golem down here? Ah, there it is. So this is a Hytale iron farm. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 I think it was. Oh. So yeah, you come in, grab the stuff, and then a day and a bit passes, and then we should see actually let's go back to 1 and just move the time forward a bit more. There we go. So dude spawns over there, even as it doesn't get mad until I get quite close. It's a case of in, scoot round, iron ingot. It's like the slowest iron farm known to man. So every one in-game day, you can get one iron ingot. But I think we had maybe 2 of these things under. 2 of these things. Oh. No, go away. Oh. Those attack patterns were definitely different from before. Yeah, it probably need to encase this in a little bit more for survival. But yeah, something. Not the best job, but something like that. What's that spawn for? Okay, so there's actually a spawner right there. Alright, interesting. Okay, so when I put... Okay, so that must have been too short for this guy. Yeah, this is the only downside I found is if you break it so the guy can't spawn, the game seems to delete its spawner. So I think we need a bunch of headroom and a bunch of alright, yeah, so this is dead now. There's no, the spawner's gone and the geezer will never spawn again. So in a way, it's like it's actually even more fragile than a Valheim Great Awful farm, but. Okay, well, I think we've definitely got a bunch to work with now for future endeavors. What about these spider areas? Did these have? So no, these just seem to be spawns that happen. As opposed to spawns that are deliberate. So I guess the next step will be to see how much of this can be done in survival. I'm not sure there's much more to. Yeah, these things seem to be like. I think we've seen about 4 of these now under spawn. I've broken 3 of them so far. So it could be that we could even booby trap a bunch and set up a path between them in the survival world. I think I'm gonna teleport back here for now. Actually, let's return to the crossroads. Clear out inventory a little bit. I am slightly intrigued though as to what the tiger portal leads to. Let's clear out the junk. Oh no, that was the other one. So this one. That's the default one. This one. Tiger. So what is this area? This is a redwood forest. This is a redwood forest. Let's turn off the full bright for now. Is this done with World Gen, the World Gen 2? What biome are we in? Position, biome, unknown. Biome. If we travel a distance from here, will we get to... These are cedars. This terrain feels very different, though. What do we have on the ground? Okay. These are these caves are more bland, but are there any sizable structures? I'm not seeing any, but oh, I mean that's a nice touch. The little logs in the water. I mean, the terrain does look a lot nicer. There's a command to teleport back to spawn, wasn't there? Okay, so this is considered world spawn just randomly. Okay, I'm guessing this is an unfinished. That's like an unfinished demo of the future world gen. But yeah, we can log out in. So yeah, so just to recap, We learned you can grow trees in gravel. Tree roots can't grow through stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need 5 layers to get the big trees. Simple cobble gen is possible, and we just need to have the water and the lava going into each other. And then a hole underneath. We learnt this sort of layout for torches within the fields, gives us the fastest growing crops. And that was 7 across there and 9 there, and then that just repeats, so 7, 9, 7, 9. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, well, as Crumbs mentioned in the chat earlier, the automation is not quite here yet, but once that comes, there'll probably be even more we can exploit and more we can do, but until then, I am not sure what else we will find. That between this and the booby trapping spawn locations. But yeah, this has been fun. I feel like I've learned a bunch more about the game now. And I will be back tomorrow morning for some Minecraft. We'll be skyblocking as usual, and then tomorrow evening I'll be back with Captain Crumbs and Splash of Pain, and possibly Verso. So to do some to play some actual survival Hytale. So if this has been useful at all in any way, give the video a like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye.